Amongst the Yautja types that are bigger than the average hunters are the Heavy Predator from the AVP2 game, the Super Predator subspecies that were the Bad Bloods in the 2011 movie. While they were taller, they still lagged far behind the actual big guns. Now as for Big Mama, she was a female elite hunter who had little female features but was much larger than an average predator. Although females of the Yautja species were originally conceived to be larger than males, as time passed by, later on the females were described as being about the same height as males, but they are more agile, with a leaner appearance and with mommy milkers. So although Big Mama was bigger than an average hunter, she wouldn't be that big though. So with that out of the way, let's take a look at the 10 biggest or tallest predators around, including hybrids. Let's begin! At number 10 we have the NECA clan leader. So originally a figurine from 1994 by Kenner Products, this individual has been upgraded by NECA into being a Grand Elder, or better known as the clan leader, in 2016. Some say he is the current supreme ruler on Yautja Prime, which is the Predator homeworld, but the jury's still out there on that one. However, as by the estimates of him standing alongside other Predator figurines, he is taller than all of them and would be more than 8 feet tall or 2.43 meters in the world terms. His biomask has horns and mechanical tentacles that come out from a contraption from the shoulders. He's also seen to be sitting on a throne made out of the skull of an alien queen amongst other skulls and collections and trophies. So that's that. At number 9 we have the Forearm Predator. So this one was a bigger, stronger version of the usual Yautja, with an extra pair of arms and digitigrade legs like an animal. No one knows if it was born this way, whether it was mutated or modified, but I'm leaning on the modification theory, as it was friends or maybe packmates with the Berserker, the Super Predators. It looked mostly like a regular predator, but was sent specifically to hunt down Royce and Isabel, who had survived the deadly game preserve planet for months. In the end, Royce distracted it long enough for Isabel to take it down with multiple sniper shots. However, as we don't have a clear image of this guy standing next to Royce or Isabel, in a clear reference frame, we can only make a guess that he would be around the 8 to 9 feet range. So now we come to number 8, Gladiator. The Gladiator Predator appeared in the Superman and Batman vs. Aliens and Predator comics, where he fought Batman in an arena-style battle. He was huge, taller than the rest of its kind, with massive arms and a greenish skin, possibly just a naturally giant Yautja or one with gigantism. But despite his size, he was slow, and Batman outsmarted him by using gadgets. The Dark Knight took him down with a specifically modified defibrillator. As per the estimations in the images, we can clearly see that he would have been over 9 feet or 2.7 meters in height, given that Batman is himself 6 feet 2 inches or 1.87 meters. Now at number 7 we have the Infected Predator. So this one is what happens when a predator comes into contact with a strange black goo, which is also known as chemical A03959X.91-15, the one from Prometheus. So when a living species makes direct contact with this stuff, they mutate into things called anathemas, and for the predator this mutation causes it to grow rapidly in size, even sprouting extra arms and mandibles with twice the usual terrifying 4. It loses all higher thinking, becomes a savage creature, a mindless killer with extreme strength capable of overpowering any other foe in hand-to-hand combat. We get a clear shot of it with a normal predator and next to it, and with this we can see that it was more than 9.5 feet in height. Now at number 6 we have the Viking Predator, also known as the Grendel, as was nicknamed by Ursa in the movie Killer of Killers, which is a nod to ancient Nordic myths about a humanoid monster called the Grendel, the same one that was made famous in Beowulf, the movie, and more previously in ancient times, a poem. He stands somewhere between 9 and 10 feet tall, or 2.7 to 3 meters tall in the movie. He is massive and freakishly bulky. His skin is charcoal greyish with a bit of greenish tinge in coloration, with a rough and scaly texture. He's got a large head crest and smooth dreadlocks, plus the classic 4 mandibles seen in Yautjas, but everything's dialed up to 11. This guy likely suffers from Yautja gigantism, just like the Gladiator, and he might actually be from the same race of the Predators, the OG Hunter clan ones. At number 5 we have the Predalion. Okay, I know, this is a hybrid, but yeah, it is still part Predator. Anyway, seen first on the AVP Requiem movie, the Predalion is a terrifying hybrid born when a xenomorph bursts from a predator of a predator instead of a human. Because of this, it looks part predator with features like dreadlocks, mandibles and lighter skin. It is way stronger than a regular xenomorph, thanks to the predator DNA, and even tougher than a predator itself. Standing around 10 feet tall, or 3 meters, it is a brutal powerhouse. The lore states that predators hate these creatures, seeing them as twisted abominations and freaks, and a disgrace to their kind, which means that the one in AVP Requiem wasn't really the first, nor the only Predalion to have ever existed. And although it is a hybrid, it is still included here. At number 4 we have the Grenle King. This is the main boss of the Predator Killer of Killers movie. This guy right here was given the nickname the Grenle King by Ursa in the movie, and a nod to him being the leader of the Grendels, or Predators as they are known to her. With a massive body even bigger than a Viking Predator, and also wearing an armor set made of xenomorph skeletal trophies, he stands menacingly as the leader of a legion of predators under his command. He could be a king, or maybe a warlord, or the leader of the Bad Bloods, composed of many different clans, but we can estimate his size nonetheless, and it's around 3 meters or 10 feet, give or take a few inches. So at the third spot we have the White Hybrid. So this is a mix of xenomorph, predator and humans, created by a corrupted AI called Toy. They had acid blood like xenomorphs and lived in a high-flex society just like the xenomorphs, but unlike the regular xenomorphs, they were smart. They could talk and use weapons like guns and other melee weapons. Although there were drones and probably other cars just like the xenomorphs, the biggest and most powerful of them all were the kings. And though not much is known about them, they seem to lead a species or at least a hive, and they also have those 4 mandibles just like the predators. And only one king was ever seen, and it was eventually killed by an alien queen mother. And as per the estimations, the king here is a bit over 10 feet tall. The second biggest is Stonehard. So this was a rogue predator, a bad blood, who was once a feared enforcer from the Dark Blade clan. He was known for his huge size and was above 10.5 feet tall, and also famous for brutal hand-to-hand combat styles. He refused to use ranged weapons and instead swapped wrist blades for brutal daggers. His name came from the way he tore apart his victims, stone hard cold. After being captured by humans, somehow he was turned into a cyborg. They cut off his dreadlocks to reach his brain, damaging it and turning him into a mindless killing machine. However, in the Predator Concrete Jungle game, Scarface, a normal Yautja, albeit a powerful one, defeated him in a brutal duel and took his massive skull as a trophy. And number 1, the Upgrade Predator. This one, also called the Ultimate or Assassin Predator, was a massive genetically enhanced version of the Yautja from the Rage Bait movie. Created through extreme hybridization, his DNA was a mix of different creatures to boost his strength, size and abilities. Standing around 11 feet tall, he was far bigger and tougher than any other predator. His skin was like armor, completely bulletproof and strong enough to break the other predators' wrist blades. Unlike normal Yautja, he didn't need a helmet to see in thermal vision or other spectrums, likely due to an implant in his eyes. His sole mission on Earth was to kill another Yautja known as the Fugitive Predator, and to stop him from giving humanity a powerful weapon they could fight back the predator invasion that was incoming, and this weapon was called the Predator Killer. So with that we end this video. So if you like this one, then watch this other one too, the one in the end screens. And do check out our channel, for we might have things you haven't seen before, like other Predator content, excluding P. Diddy. Now like, subscribe, and we'll see you guys in the next one. Take care, fam.